You are listening to the B.I.G Show with your hosts, Calvin and Garland. The B.I.G Show is a weekly breakdown of the sports world from a fan's perspective. Here are your hosts, Calvin and Garland. Yeah.
What's up, man? This is
What's
the
up?
big show.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
And we are back again. Consistency is the name of the game.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
Calvin.
we're doing good this season.
That's my guy, Garland. You can catch us on all the podcast platforms, and we are live on YouTube right now. If you do have Spotify, when we drop the episode, you can see our beautiful mugs.
Yeah.
What you got going on, Garland?
I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl.
I ain't even.
How can I find a woman like that? It's an insider, y'all. Don't worry about it. That's for Calvin. Calvin, you know, he won the verses we had in yacht rock and white guy music. So Calvin know what that song means.
Yeah, I know
Don't stand.
that's Rick Springfield.
Yeah, Rick
Justice
Springfield.
Girl is Rick
And
Springfield.
here's another one. Don't stand so. Don't
Close
stand
to
so
me.
close to me.
Yeah, I know that song. I can't remember who sings it.
Police.
That's the Police, yeah.
The
Singing the
school,
Police. That's on the
the bus
Synchronicities
stop.
album.
She's waiting.
Synchronicities.
Yeah, synchronicity. Yeah. So don't stand so close to me. And Jesse's girl. That's my theme for the pre-show. If y'all can find the pre-show, you know what we're talking about, but you ain't gonna find the pre-show. So.
You're not gonna find the pre-show.
You're not gonna find
Especially not this one.
Right.
Not this one.
What's up with you, broski?
Not man, just chilling, working from home these past couple of days and relaxing. Going to see these Ravens in Minnesota. Hope they don't disappoint me and shit. So
Calvin gonna be like, do you want to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka?
Actually, if they lose that game, I'm gonna be like, John Harbaugh, you need to go purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka and don't come back up.
Actually, Calvin gonna come in the locker room like when Prince's dad had beat up the mom, and he goes, "Where are you? Where are you, MFO?"
Yeah, it's gonna be some. If they lose, I'm gonna have some great memes for it. I'm gonna walk in there. I like Bill. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I see. You're just like your father.
Billy. You're just like your father, Francis.
Just like your father. Man, what a waste.
Right.
Hey, I just want to tell you, your decisions make sense to no one but yourself.
Well, how about this one? Good luck with the show. I hope your father's here.
I'm gonna hit him with a bunch of lies, son. I'm gonna hit him with a bunch of lies.
How's the family?
I'm be like, I wish we could see the Super Bowl. We got a performer,
right?
Bad Bunny Sagrati or something like that.
I'm gonna make you love me. Classic Prince, y'all. I saw Purple Rain at least 5-6 times at Ricestown Road Plaza.
It's my favorite movie, my second favorite movie in the history of the world. So I know all the lines.
You're gonna make my boys look bad. Let's have some action.
I want some passes throwing. I want some touchdowns.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna need a drink. All right, y'all. Let's get to. I'm sorry, we're gonna be stuck doing these purple raindrops, and so
I hope they don't lose. I don't want to have to do any of that. I hope they don't lose.
Right. I'm not gonna put up. Normally, y'all, when the Ravens win, I put up game blouses on my Facebook status with Prince, Dave Chappelle's Prince, and so hopefully I can do that, or I'll try to do something new if we win. So we'll see. Now on Tuesday, Calvin, was the NFL trade deadline, and we saw several big moves across the league as teams that consider themselves Super Bowl contenders sought to upgrade their teams for a championship run, while teams that are looking towards the 2026 season, because they're not going to make the playoffs, they unloaded star players in the hopes of jump-starting a quick rebuild for their franchises. And so let's look at a couple of the big trades that happened across the board. The Cowboys, they were very big in the trade deadline. They were able to acquire Pro Bowl defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the New York Jets. The Cowboys gave up a 2026 second-round pick and a 2027 first-round pick and defensive tackle Maisie Smith. Also, they acquired linebacker Logan Wilson from the Cincinnati Bengals. You remember he's the guy that did the hip tackle on Mark Andrews back in, I think that was 2023, kind of took Mark out into the playoffs, but he demanded a trade from Cincinnati because he had been benched, and so he got his wish. He's going to a team that's just as worse as the Bengals, and they got him from the Bengals for a 2026 seventh-round pick. The Colts were also big in this. The Colts acquired two-time All-Pro cornerback Sauce Gardner from the Jets as well. The Jets received two first-round picks next year's draft, 2026, and the following year, 2027. In addition, they got Colts receiver Adonai Mitchell. Seattle, they were in the trade market as well. They were able to acquire wide receiver Rashid Shaheed in a trade with the New Orleans Saints for a 2026 fourth rounder and a 2026 fifth rounder. And the Jaguars, they got Jacoby Myers from the Raiders for a fourth and sixth round 2026 pick. Before we kind of get into some winners and losers, also let's look at what the Ravens did. The Ravens, they acquired edge rusher Draymond Jones from the Tennessee Titans in exchange for a conditional fifth-round pick, and the conditions in which that pick, it could become a fourth-round pick, depending on if the Ravens make the playoffs. Jones has 4.5 sacks this season, more than all of the defensive line, and so it is a good addition to the team. In addition to that, several days before the trade deadline, the Ravens traded cornerback Jair Alexander and a seventh-round pick to the Eagles for a 2026 sixth-round pick. Alexander had played in only 2 of Baltimore's 8 games this season, participated in a total of 61 snaps. He didn't have any interceptions or passes defensed. He has been a healthy scratch at least 5 times so far this season. And also that was strategic because if they kept him by the 10th game, he was going to get a bonus. And so they tried to move him before that. And, about 3 weeks before that, the Ravens traded defensive end linebacker Odafe Almost Owe and a 2027 seventh-round pick to the Chargers in exchange for safety Alohi Gilman and a fifth-round pick in 2026. And so, Calvin, let's talk about winners. If you looking at these trades just across the board, who won? What are some of your winners if you had to pick some winners?
So this is one of those trade days where I don't think anyone really lost. If you start looking at these trades, you would think popular opinion would be like, well, the Jets got rid of Sauce Gardner, they got rid of Quinnen Williams, so they, their defense has gone down. Actually, no, they actually picked up a lot in draft capital, and they look like they're in the market for a run. So if there is a loser, it would be them because of the immediate impact. What's going to happen this year. But what were they? A 1-6 team anyway, so I mean they weren't really going anywhere. But that would be the only team that I would pop. Well, let me back up. The Pittsburgh Steelers did acquire they needed a wide receiver, and they did acquire some
they got a safety, I believe. They got some safety.
Yeah, they didn't so if there's a loser, possibly the Steelers, because they've been trying to get another wideout for a long time. I think they did get a wideout, but it wasn't anybody of any real impact. And the only reason I say that is because if you've been watching any of their games lately, DK Metcalf has been falling off. Now, Calvin Austin III has come on a little, but he's still kind of like a third stringer that's now having to play the second string, getting a little more looks. You got Aaron Rodgers back there that can sling the ball, but DK Metcalf hasn't been the game breaker that he was the beginning of the season. Now that's because they're schedule's gotten more difficult. So maybe you could call them a loser just because they didn't get the trade that they wanted. But to be very honest, out of the high profile trades, I don't really think anyone's a loser.
Okay. I think in terms of winners, I would say the Jets. They get multiple number one picks over several
Hmm.
seasons, and that's good for them. It gives them a great amount of flexibility. But the question is, can you trust them? They have not done well with picks. They thought that Aaron Rodgers would be the quarterback to take them into the future. They wasted some draft capital on that and that experience that did not work out. But Jets clearly getting two number ones for Sauce Gardner and getting a number one for Quentin Williams is pretty good. They
Very
have
good.
some maneuverability in terms of picks over the next couple seasons. I definitely would say the Eagles, Howie Roseman, he does it again. He goes out, they have some needs. They're not afraid to move some players, to move some draft capital. I thought that was good for them. They picked up a good pass rusher in Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins, but he's only a half season rental because he's going to be a free agent after the season. And so that's kind of risky. If they don't, make the Super Bowl or win it, this would be giving away some good picks for Phillips, but they're all in. And, it's good to see that. Also, I think the Seahawks, they did well with getting Shaheed, adding more offensive power to an already complete team. You saw that domination that they had over the Commanders on Monday night. And so I really like what they did. I thought it was good. Um, in terms of losers, I would say the Cowboys to me because
Think so?
the problem was not the defensive line; it's the secondary. I mean, they're going to have how you going to play all these guys? You got a defensive lineman in the trade for oh my God, oh my God, why
Micah,
was yeah,
Micah.
for Micah Parsons. You got to you have several other defensive linemen there. Quentin Williams, okay, yeah, he's good, but I mean, this is not Reggie White. I mean, this was not a guy that was tearing up the league. He's good. He's good, but I mean, is
He-
he worth
He's he's
that
very
that
good.
he's
He's
very
very
good.
good.
Is he worth that much capital though? And I think, they gave up a lot. And I think their issues were on the back end. I mean, if you watch that Monday night game against the Cardinals, I mean, the problem was they couldn't stop the pass. I mean, Jacoby Brissett came out there and looked like the second coming of Warren Moon. I mean, just throwing dimes all over the field. Um, I think that,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And I'll kind of agree with you, but um, Arizona is probably one of the only teams that didn't run all over them. So they did have a need for a run stopper. Now, what I will say is they did give up a lot, but the Cowboys, even though I think their only problem is they may not even make a wild card. But the Cowboys, the Seahawks, even the Eagles, these are luxury picks. These aren't really needs for them. If you look at the
well,
Cowboys,
the
they had
Eagles
enough.
did need a rush in because
Uh,
Sweats they lost
okay,
Sweat
okay,
last
okay,
year,
okay,
and
okay.
they needed a rush in.
But and the Cowboys had the draft capital to give up. They got a lot for Micah Parsons, so they had the draft capital to give up. I mean, and it's Jerry Jones. You know what I mean? I think you saw we talked about that a little bit last night. Jerry Jones wants to make a splash no matter what he does. He always wants to be the biggest and the boldest. I just think the problem with the Cowboys, they even going to make the wild card? Like now, you did get a guy that is signed for the next couple of years, so he's not a rental. That's a good thing for them. But I mean, you're making a big move, and you might just be in the same, those draft picks that you gave up could have been high draft picks because
Well,
you
that's
ain't
what I'm
going nowhere.
saying. I mean, for me, I don't think it overall made the team better. Getting
I
Quentin
don't, yeah,
Williams
I agree
is
with that.
not the thing
I
that's going
agree
to
with that.
push them over the top, and it's not going to push them above the Eagles, who are going to win that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, who's going to win that division? And so, yeah, it was a lot. Also, I would say a loser were the Jets. Again, I know I said they were
I
a
don't
winner,
think
but I
so.
would say the Jets were a loser too because I don't trust them with those picks.
Well,
Woody Johnson has not shown that he has the capacity to build a winner. And yeah, they got the picks, but what are they going to do with them? Um, I hope Aaron Glenn is there to see the rebuild, and he's there by the time they get some players, and they could become more competitive again. But right now,
Well, they kept
I don't have
Brees.
any faith in Woody Johnson.
They kept Brees Hall. They kept Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Brees wanted out. He couldn't get out. Did you
Brees wanted
see
out.
his Twitter post, his X post, where
I
he had
didn't.
the meme of with Squidward looking out the window at his friends playing, and he was like, yo, what's up?
Now
He
we
wanted out.
say the Jets don't make great picks, but they did have Sauce, they did have Brees, they did have
Yeah,
Garrett,
but
they did have Quinnen. These are guys they drafted. So I mean,
but what would they do with it?
well, that's a different story.
I
That's
mean, yeah,
coaching.
they got some of these good picks because they
Yeah,
had to
that's
pick high
coaching.
because they were losing. But what about the rest of the picks? What about the other rounds? What about signing free agents that's going to be? To me, I
they
think it's a
definitely
total
miss out on
organizational thing.
quarterbacks. Yeah,
Yeah.
they miss out on quarterbacks.
They have not hit on quarterbacks. They have
Since
not hit
Mark
on the head
Sanchez.
coach. Right, since Sanchez. They have not hit on the head coach. Probably since Parcells. Yeah, they just have not hit on these things, man. And I don't know
Hold
if
on,
they're going to.
don't do Rex like that. Don't do Rex like
They
that.
have not hit on a head coach since Parcells.
Rex had them in the AFC Championship game back-to-back years with Mark Sanchez. Don't do Rex like that.
They have not hit on a coach since I say Herm Edwards. They have not hit on a coach since Herm Edwards.
Don't do Rex like that, bro.
Yeah. So, we'll see what's up. We'll see what happens. Now let's talk about the Ravens trade for Draymond Jones. Like I said, he's traded for a conditional 5th-round pick. He has 4.5 sacks. Was this the flash and pop that you wanted to see?
Well, of course not. No, I mean, because when he got traded, I could probably count on my hand the number of people that said, "Oh yeah, I know who he is," because most of us didn't
No,
know
they
who
don't.
he is.
No, they don't.
Exactly. Most of us didn't know.
Never heard of this man
Like
in life.
we can stop it. However,
I don't know this man. I don't
yeah,
know this man.
I don't know him.
I don't know
Not
this
at
man.
all. I didn't know who the hell he was. But what I will say is that, we needed the edge help. And like you said, he has 4 sacks. Now, the key to that is he has the 4.5 sacks in his last 4 games.
Right.
And we can act like that's not a big deal. But then when we look at the other side of a trade that we made earlier, Oweh getting 4 sacks in his first 4 games with the Chargers. Oh, now we he's taking off now. Well, this guy's really doing the same thing coming to us. So hopefully he can keep that going.
Right. I'm not mad at the Jair Alexander. They gave it a try. They knew he was coming in with injury history. They knew he had a knee problem. They were trying to do the best that they could. That's why he didn't go hard in training camp. He didn't play any preseason games. They really tried to hold him out until they thought they could use him during the season, and it just did not work out. I mean, I don't think that's a waste. But I really like this Gilman trade is turning out well for the Ravens.
Yes.
This frees up our boy Hamilton to play closer in the box, to blitz more, to give more run support to the linebackers. That allows him to be a true Swiss Army knife in terms of defense. And so what's your thoughts on Gilman?
I absolutely agree. Another one that when they picked him up, we didn't quite know who he was. We just kind of like, okay, he's a veteran. We'll see what happens. And not only so he's not just the body that's freeing up Kyle Hamilton, and that's the key there. He's actually back there making calls. He's lining the safeties up, the safeties of the secondary is up. The dude is making plays. And the icing on the cake is he got an interception in the Miami game, but the dude is making plays.
Fumble recovery.
No, he got an interception.
No, that was Starks.
You sure that wasn't?
Yeah, he
You're
caused
right.
the fumble.
You're right.
He recovered the fumble and Starks had the interception.
You're right. But I'm not mad at this man. I mean, I think it's going to pay even more dividends coming in the upcoming games. So yeah, great. And that's one of those things where, as Ravens fans, we always want a name, and we generally don't get a name in trade when it comes to midseason trades. I mean, we did get
Sure.
Roquan, but even with Roquan, a lot of us didn't really know who he was. We had
Yeah.
to hear about him. We had to hear that he was really good.
Yeah, we didn't know he was a top 10 pick. We
Yeah,
you know, we weren't
we
following the Bears like that. I mean, he wasn't.
exactly.
He was coming in well respected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it seems that the Ravens, one of the things they do well is get quality free agents. Marcus Williams, even though he didn't work
Hmm.
out his first year with us, he actually played
Played
pretty
very
well.
well.
Yeah. So the Ravens do seem to get quality free agents. So I'm going to trust this move also.
Okay. One team that I did not mention in losers, and I'm just looking at my notes, the Colts. I felt that they got kind of desperate. They're in win now mode with Danny Dimes. I mean, this move means that Danny Dimes is your quarterback for the rest of the season, and you're resting your playoff hopes on Danny Dimes. Now, he did kind of the carriage turned into a pumpkin a little bit on Sunday against the Steelers. That was just one game.
Yeah.
We got the rest of the season and all, but they gave up a lot of draft capital. And I know, see, that's the difference with the Ravens. The Ravens don't want to give up first rounders. They don't want to
Not
give
at
up
all.
second rounders. They
Not at all.
probably could have gotten a Bradley
They
Chubb
don't want to
or
give up third rounders.
right. They probably could have got a Calais, but they would have had to get up something between the first and third round. And EDC is, that draft capital means something.
But I don't think the Colts are losers. You pick up a guy like Sauce Gardner. I know you're giving up a lot.
You're giving up two
Now,
ones.
Sauce is top 2-3 cornerbacks in the league. He just signed in the offseason for 4 years. So you got him for 4 years. So it's not like, he's a rental. You are on a team that's on the verge. I mean,
they went out and made the move they needed. A reason why I said
yeah.
they're losers in the sense that means you're going to have to be married to Danny Dimes at least for the next 2 seasons because you're not going to have one next year. So you're not going to be able.
Well.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to go out and get your future quarterback. Richardson is not your quarterback for the future. You've already done that because you put Dimes in there. So is the back, say the Dimes get hurt. The backup guy, ain't nobody ever heard of him.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the chance you take. We took the chance, and
I think the chance was big.
Who was our backup?
Yeah, but that was a terrible move. But to me, what it's saying is, okay, we're committed to Danny Dimes, and outside of just these stretch, Calvin, of these couple games so far this season, this man, I mean, come on, this is not Johnny Unitas. This is not Burt Jones. I mean, they've been able to build this offense off of the run game. Jonathan Taylor. Okay. If you lose Jonathan Taylor to an injury, can you trust Danny Dimes to go in and throw the ball 40 plus times to win you a playoff game?
Listen, maybe not, but right now he hasn't shown you anything other than he can play well.
Yeah,
Losing to Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a night where their defense played a hell of a game. Their defensive line, the offensive line for the Colts just got manhandled that entire game. I mean, I'm not mad at the Colts for the Sauce Gardner move.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm mad at them. All I said was they gave up a lot of capital, and that means you're committed to Danny Dimes for at least 2 seasons because you're not going to go out and be able to get a high quality quarterback because you gave up both your ones in two seasons.
You can trade.
Danny Dimes is not going to be your future. Danny Dimes ain't going to be there in 3 or 4 years as a starting quarterback for.
You can trade for Shedeur Sanders and stop discounting Anthony Richardson. He might do something.
Anthony Richardson done in Indianapolis. You know that. You know he's done. So all right, man. Man, the Ravens got a black man fired last week. Did you know that? Lamar Jackson returned to the Ravens on Thursday, and the team, in win now mode, responded accordingly with a 28-6 win over the floundering Miami Dolphins. And as a result of the loss, the Dolphins GM, Chris Greer, was fired the next day. They really should have fired the other black man who say he ain't really black, but his father was black, Mike McDaniel. But that black guy, that the Octoroon got away, but they got the brother. And so the Ravens went out here, man, and got a black man fired from his job. And so the offense, man, Jackson came in threw for 204 yards and 4 touchdowns. A very efficient game. He completed 18 of 23 passes in his first start since week number 4. Tight end Mark Andrews, he came off of the milk carton and made 2 touchdown catches. Jackson's other TD passes went to tight end Charlie Kohler and receiver Rashad Bateman. Derrick Henry rushed for over 100 yards. He had 119 yards on 19 carries, and Jackson ran the ball 5 times for 14 yards. And so, although Henry had over 100 yards, the offensive line still looked like they were struggling in the run game. Should this be a major concern heading into the rest of the second half of the season?
Yeah, it's got to be a concern when you don't have Derrick Henry from the half-yard line,
Right.
from the 2-yard line, not being able to punch it in. I watched the Kansas City game, and they were having the same problem with Buffalo, and then they got to 4th down, and what they did was they just spread out the receivers. And they made everybody spread out. Then they gave it to Kareem Hunt and let him run up the middle because it's less people there. I'm like, the Ravens could do that. You could definitely do that when you have Lamar and Derrick Henry back there. You know,
Yeah, this play staple of, okay, we get inside the run inside of the 5, then we rush to the line and we try to run a dive to Henry. How many times does that have to fail before they start doing other things? I mean, this hasn't worked all season. It has not worked all season. It did not work in the Browns game. From the Browns game on, this play has not worked, but they continue to do it.
Continue to do it. It's with a line that's not overpowering anyone. We're not beating up anyone.
Right.
Even the touchdown to Bateman was the audible call where they faked the run and they had Bateman wide open. Like, I mean, yeah, man, it's a concern because they keep calling that play when you know your line. Let me back up. I'm going to say the Ravens, although they didn't lose on trade day, they definitely left something out there. I don't know if there were any offensive linemen to be had, but they need some help on that line. They need some help. And of course we can't get it now unless somebody gets cut or released.
Sure.
But yeah, man. So let me go back. We didn't grade it. My grade for the Ravens just went from a B+ to a C- because they need some offensive line help.
All right, I ain't mad at it. I would give it a C- D to me. Yeah, we'll see what Jones does, but yeah, they really, to me, they needed help on the defensive line and they needed help on the offensive line. I would have been very happy if they did something there, and they didn't. I don't think the guard play has been particularly great this season.
It has not been
so far. That's where that pushes, and so that exposes Linderbaum. Linderbaum's good, but if he has to take care of the guards on either side of him, then he's getting pushed into the backfield as well. He's not able to get up to the next level to make some key blocks on our linebackers. The tackle, I mean, outside of Stanley, when he's healthy, he gives you good reps. Rosengarten, he's been up and down. When they play these stud rushers, then you really said, I don't think the Dolphins really had any stud rushers that commanded a lot of double teaming and things like that. But I would have loved to see them run the ball a little bit better. That definitely opens up the pass game for Lamar. But as long as you got 8 back there, you got so many possibilities.
He masked a lot of deficiencies, a lot of them.
Yes. Now, defense, although the Dolphins outgained the Ravens 226 yards to 109 and held them to 1 of 6 on 3rd down in the first half, they still trailed at half 14-6 because of a slew of mistakes. The Ravens defense never looked back, starting the second half to keep the Dolphins out of the end zone. They forced 3 turnovers, 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries, and 2 sacks. And although, Calvin, they held the Dolphins without a touchdown, can this defense compete against dynamic offenses that can throw the ball down the field? Now, the Dolphins, Tua got a candy arm. I mean, outside of that pass, which was a broken play to Waddle, and it came back because they called a leg whip, which really wasn't a leg whip on that penalty.
What the man say? The man said it was a. The man
He
said it
said
was
it
a
was a
leg.
leg.
He said
I wasn't
tripping.
mad at it. He said tripping. So they called that back. But outside of that, Miami's pass game was very kind of horizontal. They're doing a lot of quick outs, a lot of dump offs, things that the Ravens could come to and tackle. But they're going to face a major test on Sunday because you got Justin Jefferson, you got Addison there, you got a Hawkinson, great receivers. They can go downfield. Bengals
Even
when we
that third
face,
receiver, Jalen
yeah,
Naylor, isn't bad.
is Bengals when they get to the Bengals with Flacco, you're going to have to face that. Patriots, Butte, and a couple other receivers on that team with Drake May. Packers, definitely teams that can go downfield. And so, can we compete against these dynamic offenses?
So what this last game did for the Ravens secondary, if it didn't do anything else, it gave them some confidence. Now Jalen Waddle still got 89 yards. I think he had 10 receptions for 89 yards. So he it wasn't a slouch day. He
Right.
just didn't get that big hitter
Yeah.
because of that penalty. But I think it gave them some confidence, and it looks like they're getting better and better. It's going to be a tough task, Justin Jefferson by himself. But I think the Ravens can do it, man. I think they can. You're always going to have a problem with chasing Higgins. You're always going to have a problem with chasing Higgins. Like it's just not. It's no way to do it. But one of the things the Ravens can also do is they can bend and not break. And when you got a guy like Lamar and the offense clicking, you're just hoping that you outscore them. But I think the Ravens. I really think the Ravens can hold the Vikings to 20 points. I think
Mm,
they can hold them to 20 points this week.
okay.
JJ McCarthy isn't a
Hold
proven
hold your keys to the
commodity.
game. Hold your keys to that game. We're
Okay,
gonna get to
okay,
that
okay,
game in a minute.
okay.
But yeah, I think hopefully, we see a lot of Draymond Jones in this game. Hopefully, we see a lot of the player Lawson that they picked up from the Cowboys. Uh, we see a lot of Mike Green. We need a pass rush.
We need a pass
Yeah, we
rush.
need a pass rush. The Ravens pretty much were bend don't break. Yeah, the Dolphins were able to move the ball, but once they got inside of the 30, Ravens got pretty stout there and turned it into field goal kicking opportunities. And so yeah, we're going to have to get some pass rush because when we're facing these teams that really can get over your head, that's really where the test is going to be, and I think we're going to face some of that on Sunday. The Ravens, man, they got a little tap tap on the hand from the league. You remember tap tap? When you had little kids and they do something bad, you tap tap their hand. Don't do that. Don't put your hand on that. Don't touch that stove. Put that remote down. Get a little tap, a little tap on the buns. You ain't trying to knock the skin off them, but you just want to. Hey, what did I tell you? A little tap. Well, the Ravens got a little tap from the league. They were fined $100,000 last week for violating the NFL's injury report policy by incorrectly listing quarterback Lamar Jackson's practice participation. Baltimore avoided losing a draft pick because the league determined the violation was a result of negligence and not an attempt to gain a competitive advantage. That was great news for the Ravens. You would agree?
Man, hell yeah, I would agree. You know how many times I've been pulled over, got a parking ticket, and I'd be like,
Right, you get the
is this
warning.
any points? Is this any points? They like, nah, just pay the fine. Cool.
Right,
Cool. I
right.
knew I did the shit. Hey, but if you don't think I meant to do the shit, then I ain't mean to do the shit.
Yeah,
Take your little money. Yeah,
yeah. It's good
whatever.
when you get a little warning, like, "Hey, look, just slow down.
Don't do that shit no more,
Yeah,
John.
don't do it no more." Yeah, right. And so basically, that's what they say.
And
Look, and a
and we
hundred
won the
thousand
game.
dollars ain't nothing. The Ravens make that in a second on a Sunday game. So
And
a
we
hundred
won the
thousand.
game.
Yeah, and we won
Although
the game.
they should have made John pay for it out of his own pocket, only because he been fucking up for so many years that you just don't know. You got to punish him some kind of way
Hmm.
because you clearly ain't gonna fire his ass. So
Right. They don't believe in
make him pay that
firing
shit.
coaches
He can
in
put that shit
Baltimore.
on. He can put that shit on Klarna. He can do a 12-month plan and pay like $13.99.
Like you paying for some Jordans. You can go ahead and put it on that 4 payments. If you
Let me
paying 4 payments for some Jordans, you don't need those Jordans.
let me
If you got to
stop.
do a payment plan for your Jordans,
I'm gonna leave people. Let me leave people alone because it's hard out here nowadays, and you never know anyone's situation.
now
But
your priorities is screwed up if you got to
I'm
get on a payment plan for
I'm
some J's.
particularly talking about John Harbaugh. Let him get on the affirm plan.
Right.
PayPal in 4.
Like we on the Orioles plan. Let them just, you be get ready to go buy a sandwich and you be like, hold on, let me check my account. Ravens the Orioles they took their money out.
Yeah. Wait a minute. When's the next hit? Because
Yeah, and need to
I
make
got
sure it's gonna be right around Christmas. You're gonna be getting ready to do some shopping, and you're gonna be like, hold up, I thought I had
budget my
Orioles
money.
withdraw.
Budget my money and shit. Make sure Orioles get their
They
money.
gets their money. They gets their money. All right, man. Let's talk a little bit about the Ravens Vikings game. Right, Vikings coming off a very good win over the Detroit Lions. And J.J. McCarthy, he's returned to start at quarterback for them. He did start the season, had a high ankle sprain. Then they put Carson Wentz in there. Carson Wentz is done for the year with a shoulder injury. And so this is McCarthy's team for the rest of the season. They are in the playoff mix in the NFC North. And so what do you think of some keys for the Ravens to win this game?
Well, JJ McCarthy run around like the little fucking Energizer bunny and shit, just running around and shit. They need to put a helmet on his ass, knock his ass out. But you got to contain those receivers because you're not going to be able to stop all 4 of them. You cannot stop Addison, Jefferson, Naylor, and Hawkinson. You're not going to be able to stop all 4. So you're gonna have to contain them. I mean, it's cliche, but it's the truth. You're gonna have to contain them. You don't want, especially Jefferson, to get behind you. We know he can make phenomenal catches, so you just gotta, and then you gotta outscore him. Their running game isn't as great. They have the guy from San Francisco last year,
Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason, but they did get what's his name back, the starter back, but he has
Aaron
a sore
Jones.
shoulder. Aaron Jones, he has a sore shoulder, so he may not play or he may be limited or whatever. Their running game isn't as exciting, but when you got receivers that can open everything up, your running game doesn't have to be the 2024 Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry. All they have to do is get the yards that they need to get because everything will be opened up. So the Ravens are going to have to play another complete game and contain those receivers mostly. Hopefully, like you said, these new guys can come in and get some pass rush in there, and keep them honest.
I'm really thinking that, it's going to be a heavy passing game for Minnesota because that's where the Ravens' weakness is. It's in the pass rush. It's in the defensive backfield. I think you're going to see a lot of testing of that. Justin Jefferson, he's leading the Vikings with 649 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging about 13.8 yards per catch, followed by Jordan Addison with 15.5 average yards per catch. He has about 357 yards, and then Hawkinson after that has about 233. And so it is a wide receiver, tight end, heavy type of passing game. I think they're really going to try to do that. We're just going to have to be stout. We're going to have to come up with some different ways to rush the passer, to move Wentz, get him out the pocket, get him running, get him under pressure. I said, thank you, not Wentz, McCarthy. Get him running because I'm looking at the screen and Wentz is right here in terms of leading the team in passing, but we know why, because he played the majority of the games. And so, yeah, they're going to have to really button up on the back end. And that's, to me, that's really going to be the key. How do they handle the passing game? Are they going to be able to at least keep them in check in terms of getting a lot of first downs? If they got them in 3rd and longs, can they get off the field? That was something that they really was not able to do in the Dolphin game. On Dolphin games, they were in a lot of 3rd and 7s. 3rd and 5s, and Tua was able to complete a lot of those passes to Jalen Waddle or other receivers, and we were not able to get them off the field a lot, particularly in the first half and some of the third quarter. And so, yeah, that's going to be the Ravens' task. Can we get some 3 and outs? And we got to score, of course. Defensively, I mean, we're probably going to see a lot of stat box from the defensive coordinator there. We're going to see they're going to really try to gear up to stop that run.
Let me tell you something. Brian Flores is their defensive coordinator.
Yes. Yeah.
Brian Flores ain't no joke. And if I remember correctly, he gives Lamar the business. When he was with was he with the Dolphins? Yeah, he was defensive coordinator.
He was with the Dolphins, and I think he was with the Patriots as well. I'm not sure if he was with the Patriots when Lamar.
I thought he was with was he with the Colts at one point? Maybe not. Maybe not.
No, he was with the Patriots, then he left the Patriots to go be the head coach with Miami.
Yeah, but Brian Flores is a monster back there. So
yeah, they're giving up about 23 points per game. They've only given up 19 touchdowns for the year. They've given up a low amount of rushing first downs. Their third down efficiency, they're holding teams to about 33%. And so, yeah, it's going to be, tough sledding. This is not going to be Miami where you're just going to, throw all, up and down the field and everything. They don't have a lot of turnovers. I mean, they only have 3 interceptions as a team, and they have 23 sacks, which is pretty good. And so they're able to get some pressure and generate some pressure. And so we'll see what happens. But, defensively, again, we'll see what we do with the pass game, get a lot of these 3 and outs. And offensively, we're going to have to be balanced in terms of being able to run the ball in between the tackles and take advantage when we can in the pass game. What's your prediction in terms of a score?
I got the Ravens 23-20.
Close game, 23-20.
Close game.
I got the Ravens. Let's go 17-14.
You got a low scoring affair. You don't have it a shootout?
Yeah, I don't have it a shootout. I mean, I mean,
mine is pretty low also.
Yeah. I don't have it a shootout. I mean, I think this is just a game that this is a better defensive team than they faced the last 2 weeks.
We're going to need so we want Derrick Henry and Lamar to have a big day, but we're absolutely going to need our punter to have another day like he had in Miami.
Yeah, he's been kicking good.
He was booming some kicks. They were backed up on some of them 4th downs, and he was booming some kicks out there. So we're going to need that type of performance again.
Definitely. All right. Hey, man, it's time for Pigskin Pick'em. Last week, we were pretty much deadlocked until the Broncos-Texans game. So, y'all, Calvin got a game. He was right. Of course, he texted me to let me know that he got a game. He always says that when he gets a game. When he doesn't get a game, he does not text me at all.
We only had the 1 game difference anyway.
Right. And so, yeah, he lets you know when he wins. And
damn, I can't be proud of myself.
He's like the black Donald Trump. Donald Trump, he didn't take any of those losses last night. But as soon as a Republican wins, we won.
Why I gotta be the black Donald Trump?
The black Donald Trump.
You wild.
So right now, I'm still up. I'm up by 3, 20-17. Calvin did get the game right. I mean, we had a lot of little mini upsets. I mean, we did take the Bears over the Bengals. That was a game that was just back and forth. The Bengals defense is just horrible. We took the Lions over the Vikings. Surprised me last week with McCarthy returning for his first game for several weeks, and he played very well. We both took the Packers over the Panthers. Panthers won that game on the last second field goal. Let's see. We took Colts over Steelers as well. I think most of the country took Colts over Steelers, but Steelers, they have a game like this where they show up defensively, and they did do that. Um, we did take Jaguars over Raiders, which was a good game as well. Came down to a failed 2-point conversion in overtime. We took the Chiefs over the Bills as well. Bills played a good defensive game at home and won that game. They always win during the regular season, but when you get to the playoffs, everything changes. And we took the boys over the Cardinals for Monday night, and we know that the
I
Cardinals.
literally said I cannot believe I'm going to pick the Cowboys again, and then never mind. I was about to call them a slur. Let me.
All right. So let's go ahead and go with Thursday game. It's the Raiders. They visit Denver to play the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm taking Denver.
All right. I'm taking the Broncos as well. Make sure I spell that right. Broncos. All right. Falcons. They are in Indiana to take on the Colts.
Colts aren't going to lose 2 in a row. I'm taking Indianapolis.
All right. I'm taking the Colts as well. Giants, they've lost everybody on the offensive side of the ball except the quarterback there in Chicago to take on the Bears with a big win last week.
Yeah, man. The Bears are doing Bears things
Bears
in the
look
NFC
legit.
North. Yeah. I'm going to take Caleb and the boys. I'm taking the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears as well. The Bills, they head down to South Beach. It's perfect time. But the Dolphins really didn't give a lot of players away. You know, it was being forecasted that they were going to kind of unload, but they only traded one player, Jalen Phillips. They head down to South Beach to play the Dolphins. Typically, Bills, they a little struggle when they go down south.
Yeah, they could have Jalen Phillips, Phillips Screwdriver, Bills in 4.
I'm taking the Bills as well. Uh, this might be the Shador Sanders game. If Dylan Gabriel does not do well, I think we might see Shador in this game. The Browns, they're up in New York to take on the depleted Jets.
Give me the Browns and their defense. I'm taking Cleveland.
All right, we're going to split on this game. I'm going to say I'm going to take the Jets. I think the Jets, they have something to prove. Outside of the 2 defensive players, they still have the offense intact. Breece Hall is there. You still got your quarterback. See what happens. They didn't trade the wide receiver. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. The Saints, they are in Carolina. No, I skipped the game. Patriots, they're down in Tampa to play the Bucks.
This is going to be a good game. I'm going to take the Bucks coming off the bye.
All right. I'm taking the Bucks as well. The Saints, they're going to be in Carolina getting some chopped pork. They're going to be taking on the Panthers.
Yeah, man. The Panthers coming off that big win against the Packers. Let's give them a little momentum here. Let's go ahead and go with Bryce Young and the boys. I'm taking the Panthers.
All right. I'm taking the Panthers as well. Jaguars with the new addition of Jacoby Myers and a big win against the Vegas Raiders last week. They head to Houston taking on the Texans. No word right now on if CJ Stroud is going to play in that game. He took a big hit last week, came out with a concussion.
Yeah, I don't think it even matters. The Jags are so up and down. Houston has a great defense. They will need Stroud. I don't know about Davis Mills, but Davis Mills has been their backer for some years, so he knows that's just. I'm taking the Texans.
All right, I'm taking the Texans as well. The Cardinals coming off a big Monday night win. They head up to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks are looking great.
Yeah, they announced that Jacoby Brissett will be the starter
for at least the next 4 games because they put little man on IR.
Yeah, but they did that because they wasn't trying to play him. Jacoby unleashes Marvin Harrison Jr., making him look like a totally different guy. Yeah, man, I'm still taking the Seahawks, though.
I love how you talk those up and you still go with the home team. I'm taking the home team as well. I'm taking the Seahawks. The Rams, they head up for their second game this season versus the Niners up to Santa Clara. Niners coming off big win last week against the Giants. Rams coming off a bye, beat the Saints.
Yeah, Puka is questionable. He got hurt again.
I think I saw something McVay said he probably should be ready for Sunday.
He's going to play? Okay. is I still don't think Brock Purdy's going to
No,
play. I
I don't
think
think
it's still
Purdy's
going to be
going to
Mac
play. They're still
Jones.
talking about Mac Jones.
But I'm a I like the 49ers in this game. I'm gonna take the Niners.
Oh wow, you must have seen my picks before this. I'm taking the Niners as well.
You just don't want me to catch up. That's all it is.
All right, the Lions that come down to DC. We saw the horrific injury that happened to Jaden Daniels on the Monday night game. What are your thoughts about him still being in the game that late in the game against Seattle? I mean, is that an issue?
I mean, yeah, I think it's an issue. You're down, what was it, 38-7 or something like that? You clearly weren't coming back in the game. But he was coming off an injury, maybe a previous injury. Maybe you want to get his legs, and I don't know. Um, coaching is. I know you call it coaching malpractice, but
Right,
coaching ain't as easy as it looks sometimes.
right, right.
So I don't know. But I'm gonna take the Lions in this one. Like I don't even think this is going to be close.
I'm with you. I'm taking the Lions as well. I don't think it's going to be close. Steelers, they on the road facing the Chargers in LA.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't trust Justin Herbert too much, but I think that we got some brotherly love over there with Jim. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Chargers to beat the Steelers for us.
All right, Chargers. You know what? I'll go ahead and switch up on this game too. I'm going to take the Steelers.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers. All
What?
right, and that's the Sunday night game, Chargers Steelers. And then Monday night, Eagles, they go up to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Go Pack go.
Yeah, good game. Packers need this game. For if for nothing else, you just lost to the Panthers. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Green Bay
All
in
right,
Lambeau on Monday night.
I'm going to take the Eagles. All right, so let's go through the picks. We both take Broncos over Raiders.
And we have
Colts.
a Spain game this one of these mornings, Spain or
Yeah,
Berlin. Which one?
the Falcons Colts game, I believe, is the that's the Germany game. It's a Germany game, and then
Germany.
next week there's a Spain game. And so yeah, this is Germany. And so yeah, Falcons Colts, that's the Germany game. So Broncos over Raiders. We're taking Colts over Falcons, so they're not going to Indianapolis. They're going across to Berlin to play that game. We're taking Bears over Giants, Bills over Dolphins. We split on Browns Jets. Calvin's taking the Browns. I'm taking the Jets. We both take Bucks over Patriots, Panthers over Saints, Texans over Jaguars, Seahawks over Cardinals, Niners over Rams, Lions over Commanders. We split on Steelers Chargers. Calvin's taking Chargers. I'm taking Steelers. And we split on Eagles Packers. Calvin's taking Packers. I'm taking the Eagles. Right. And so we'll see what happens next week. We see if I get a text on Sunday night about his wins, as it
I
always
think.
happens.
I, Damn,
Real quick before we get to come on, the Orioles select a new skipper. They've hired Craig Albanese as their new manager. Albanese, who turned 43 last week, was the associate manager for the Cleveland Guardians, who won the American League Central this year. Albanese was a finalist for the Cleveland job in 2023, and he joined their staff as bench coach when they instead hired Stephen Vaught. Baltimore fired manager Brandon Hyde in mid-May after a 15-28 start, and they named Tony Mansolino as the interim manager for the remainder of last season, in which the Orioles went 75-87 and finished in last place in the American League East. Any thoughts about Albanese? Are you okay with this hire?
his daughter was cute. Did you see the press conference?
His wife's
She
kind of cute too.
she did a Riley. Remember Riley and Riley Carey? Remember when she was little and she used to take over the mic from Steph?
Yeah.
She did something like that, so it's pretty cute. Listen, I like most of us, and we can admit we don't have to admit it, but like most of us, we don't know more than half of who these baseball managers are anyway. If it's not a former player, if it's not somebody that's already been around 20 years, we don't really know who they are. We don't know bench coaches and pitching coaches and all these guys. We just hope that they picked the right person. And from all accounts, he's a defensive guy. I don't know if we had any defensive issues, but he's a defensive guy. But a lot of
You
people
didn't
are
see the
excited
second
for him.
baseman and the shortstop. You didn't see the left fielder and the right fielder.
He
You
picked
didn't
it up
see the
this year.
shortstop and the second baseman. You didn't see the catcher who couldn't throw out anybody.
Well, I don't know if it can be fixed unless he gets a new arm.
Did you see the left fielder and the right fielder? And you said they didn't have any defensive problems.
Anyway, a lot of people are excited about this guy. A lot of people
you probably didn't see it because you was probably sitting in the club level during those games when you didn't see it, because sometimes you weren't in the regular man seat like us. Sometimes maybe you had gone to get another slider and an IPA or something like that. You probably did not see any of the defensive plays because you probably were going to get.
First of all, the drinks were not free. The alcohol wasn't free. And they had more than sliders. They had shrimp and oysters and fresh cut brisket, and it was
y'all hear.
One time they had
he was sleep. He was food sleep. He was food drunk. That's why he didn't see that this defense was terrible defensively.
They had grits and salmon, best grits and salmon I've ever had in my life. It was, stop hating. Stop hating.
I'm stealing soda, and this man is eating shrimp and salmon and grits.
Garland be bringing his Dave McNally cup into the stadium and filling up.
Don't you talk about my cup while I'm here sipping on this. Don't disrespect this cup.
I cannot believe that Garland be having his Les Cicada cup in there.
Don't disrespect this cup. This cup worked. I'm sorry, Mr. Shrimp and Grits. I'm sorry, sliced brisket man.
First of all, it was salmon and grits.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Salmon and Grits man. And they don't brisket.
They don't give out Melvin Moore cups anymore. So how you got one and think you can get free sodas? And then had his wife doing it with him. Had Paul out there. He had
her cup and gave it right to her. Here you go, honey. Go ahead and get your drink.
He had a Melvin Moore cup and gave her a Dennis Martinez cup.
You know what I'm gonna do next season? I'm gonna buy a new cup. So I'm gonna retire this old cup because it's getting a little frayed. People could probably tell it's old. I'm gonna buy me a new cup, and I'm gonna take that cup to every game.
I tell you, when y'all wonder why ticket prices are so high, is because people be stealing sodas. They gonna do like Delaware.
They didn't up the charge for the soda. The soda probably ain't worth nothing but 50 cents, but they charging us $5 for a soda. I'm sorry, salmon and grits. Y'all see the dichotomy between me and club level Cal. Club level Cal is he don't have to worry about bringing a cup.
It's not even like that.
The common
you
man.
Right, because I can't afford the $5. I eat before I get in there. I eat at home. I get a bowl of cereal and some oatmeal.
Has to stop at 7-Eleven, get a hot dog, a bag of chips, and bring his cup.
Hot dog. I eat canned sardines before I leave out the house.
I want to be smelling fishy. I'm like, who is
sardines? Sardines are delicious.
Sardines, hay, and pork and beans.
And pork. I need some pork and beans. I'm gonna cut up some hot dogs.
Yeah, get them bushes. Them bushes, they bless your life. The bush beans. All right, man. We're at the point in the show where everybody loves "Come On, Yo." And so I gotta come on, yo. It's not really it's not like a come on, yo, but it's a funny story. Because I told my city story last week. All right, this is a funny story. I was listening to Bomani's podcast today. Roy Wood Jr. was the guest. He's a comedian. He does a lot of stuff on Dan Lebertard's show. He's on a lot of sports. He's a big baseball fan, so he does a lot of stuff.
Very good
MLB.
Show.
Yeah, it's a very good show. And he has a book out. I haven't read the book, but towards the end of the podcast, he talked about how when he was in college, one time he had missed something for class, and he had went and talked to the professor, and the professor was like, "Hey, why'd you miss class, or why'd you miss the test?" And he said that someone had died. He lied and said someone in his family had died. So the person said, "Well, if you want to take the test, you need to show proof of the person, whoever the person was." And so what Roy Wood did was he went and he downloaded a picture off the internet, went to like a publisher type software, made up a funeral program, got it printed out at Kinko's, and took it to the professor and was able to take the test. And so it reminded me of something I did, Calvin, when I was in my senior year at Hampton University. It was just a rough semester. I was just struggling, working, trying to finish up school, trying to get out in 4 years. And so I had a class where I knew I was not prepared for the test. I didn't study at all. And so I just didn't go. But I wanted to still take the test. And so I went to the professor, and the professor was like, "Oh, you were sick. Do you have an infirmary note?" And so I think my girlfriend, I'm trying to figure, I can't remember where I exactly got a copy of the note. Maybe my girlfriend had went to the infirmary, or maybe it was me another time, and we kept a copy of the note. So what I did was I photocopied it. I whited it out for the date. I put the new date in. I think it already had my name on it, and it had the seal or the signature of whoever the physician was or the nurse at the school infirmary. And I took it back to the professor. They looked at it and said, "Okay." And they let me take the test. And so, needless to say, once it worked once, I used that thing for the entire senior year. Whenever I knew that I was not ready for a test or I didn't have an assignment complete, I would go ahead and miss that day. I would show up with the infirmary note and give it to the teacher. And not that it looked janky, Calvin, but they didn't really inspect the fact that, the validity of this infirmary note. And then the word got out to my circle of friends that I had this note. And so I started having people in my major come up to me like, "Hey, I heard you got an infirmary note. Can I get a copy of that note?" And so I started spreading it out to my friends, to my classmates. And I know probably by at least the time I graduated in that May, probably at least 10 people were using that infirmary note. And so I don't want to implicate anybody in my shenanigans, but yeah, just great memories of how I got over, how I got through 4 years of college by hook and by crook of scheming. And if one thing college taught people, especially when you don't really have the bread to like just be there and exist, you become a master schemer. You figure out ways to get an advantage or to get over. And that was one of my ways that I got over.
Kids, that is not the reason to go to college. I don't know what Garland is peddling out here, but that is not the reason to go to college. And another thing, first of all, let's clarify this "come on yo" is about come on you. Come on, Garland. You out there scheming. Listen, there's a pattern that we see here. Garland took a note and kept using it over and over illegally.
Over and over.
He been using that Blue Powell cup at the Oriole Stadium to get soda over and over illegally. He spread the note around the campus. He spread the cup to his wife. Do y'all see how this is a pattern? Come on, Garland. Come on, yo. Sir. And you know what? First of all, we need to go back and find poor Nurse Jenkins. They done hit Nurse Jenkins at the end of the school year with 150 notes.
And
she like, I don't even know these people.
Bro, it was so bad. It was such an inside joke between me and my girlfriend at the time. When I graduated, she had made me a collage to give me as a graduation gift on some like poster board. And on the poster board was a copy of the doctor's note. And we both busted out, start laughing like, Yeah, this got us through the year.
That's a damn shame. Why didn't you just miss graduation and then give them the note, and then you could have came back and graduated the next
Nah, bro,
week?
I had to get out there, man. So I was Calvin. I was doing everything I could to get out in 4 years, and that note assisted me. So thank
He
you,
said
infirmary workers.
he said by hook or crook. It
By
sounds
hook or
like by
crook.
crook or crook to me. Come on, Garland.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to call Bomani and leave that on the voicemail. Like, yeah, it's good to know that people were scheming across HBCUs all across this country.
That's a damn shame. See, that's why we can't get ahead now and shit. Now Trump gonna be talking about how they're using fake notes.
And Calvin, the copy of it was so bad because we kept on reproducing it. It really didn't look good at the 4 or 5 copies, but the teachers kept on taking it.
So Professor Wilson didn't see that it was signed by Trapper John MD.
No, he did
He didn't
not
see
see.
that.
He did not see it was signed by Hawkeye Pierce.
Notes from St. Elsewhere. He went to the St. Elsewhere Medical Center.
Right, he did not see Radar's signature on that.
Goddamn General Hospital ass and shit. Anyway, man, let me do my come on yo quickly. My come on yo is something that us Baltimoreans have been true Baltimoreans, older Baltimoreans. This has been in our heart, and every so often it pops back up. Come on, Colts. All we needed y'all to do was to be the number 1 team that you were and beat the Steelers. But once again, you fucking Ursays fuck us up. Now you got your little daughter out there taking her little notes. They think she's so cute with the Colts. I'm down on the field every time taking notes. Bitch, did you take notes to beat the Steelers? Because you didn't do that. The fuck you got the notes for, and y'all gonna lose. Right. And then lose like that. It couldn't even be a good game. Oh, I know what it was. Y'all knew that if the Steelers lost and the Ravens win, we get to come on up. But the hate that y'all have for Baltimore is so palpable in your fucking mouths that you just can't stand to see anything good here in Baltimore. Come on, Indianapolis Colts. Fuck the Ursays. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, we playing this season for the memory of Ursay. I don't care what generation of Ursay he is. Fuck from the first generation to the last generation, and let's include the current generation. Furthermore, the little bitch that's on the sideline, she ain't even all that cute. I don't even know what she over there writing. She probably sitting there trying to figure out how she can get her OnlyFans on the field and shit. If I wear the helmet and put the football between my legs, then I could probably get a lot. Fuck the Ursays. Come on, yo. Come on, Indianapolis Colts. Come on, Ursays. Come on, anybody that like the fuck the. You know what? Fuck the Ursays and the clique you claim, which is the motherfucking Indianapolis Colts. Fuck all y'all. All right, I'm done.
All right. Tell them how you feel.
We needed them to win that game, man.
We did. It would have been great. It would have been a second week that the division lost and we won. But yeah.
Mayflower ass, riding truck ass bitches. Fuck them Colts. Shit.
Hey.
Horse.
The views expressed are expressly the views of All Things Black B.I.G show. We both agree. I just let Calvin say how he feels. I have no problems with what he said.
Hey man, we did another great show.
No problems at all.
Did another great show. Enjoy being out here. We definitely also enjoy you all always joining us. Again, we are live on YouTube right now. We're on all the podcast platforms.
Yes, sir.
If you do have Spotify, you can see our beautiful faces and watch me cuss and spit, because I was probably spitting all in the camera and everything.
Right,
so, you know.
Right, the camera off.
Oh, and then you can take the clip and send it to Hampton University and see if Garland is going to be under investigation and shit.
I shall not. And me and my cup, thank you for a great show.
God damn, it's always somebody out here stealing sodas, stealing medical advice. And
You have
shit.
been listening to the B.I.G.
what?
show.
Obamacare
The show
was
was
not
produced
created
and
for
written
that
by
shit.
Calvin
That's all I'm
Coates
saying.
and Garland
It was
Thomas
not
for
created
All
for
Things
that.
Black Productions.
I tell you.
Yeah.
Follow us on all of
I think I
your
went for strep
podcast
throat,
media
and I just kept
platforms.
the thing, and yeah, it became the production.
I bet you ain't put gonorrhea on that motherfucker though. I bet you didn't. Hey man, later, Garland.
Safe travels, man. Bring back a win.